What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one, I'm actually going to map out what you should be expecting and also help you guys be prepared for what may end up playing out during a market crash. How may this end up affecting Tesla, what you should be prepared for, and what data you should be looking at. Now, before I get into any more details, before I explain this to you guys and make it very simple, I do have to mention a couple of very important things first. The first thing is, I'm not a financial planner, so please don't take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100, you're not only going to qualify for up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500, but you're also going to get a free Neo share as well. So if you want this opportunity, check out the link down below. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So, looking at Tesla, people are starting to notice that this thing has been descending for quite some time. And we did see that like bottom at around 700 flats where we bounced off. But the question is that the real bottom? Or are we going to keep dropping if we do end up entering a potential market crash or big correction? And here is my thesis. This is my thesis. I don't know how low Tesla may end up dropping. I'm going to be 100% real. No one does because we can't predict the future perfectly. We don't know if the whole Russia invading Ukraine situation is just going to de escalate in another month. We don't know if Russia's going to invade another country. We don't truly know, right? So sometimes it can be very hard to predict. But there is one thing we can do, and that is have a plan. Have a plan for what is probably going to happen. So let's talk about that real quick. So in this channel, I often talk about the fact that Tesla is an amazing company fundamentally, and I still agree with that. But in the next upcoming, I would say year to year and a half, maybe less than a year and a half, but for the next, like, I would say 12 months, we have a lot of big things coming. A lot of big things. There are good things coming out for Tesla fundamentally. We have the Cybertruck that should be coming out next year. And look at this right here. There are many articles that are confirming that Tesla already has over 3 million Cybertruck orders. I saw other sources that say 1.25 million. It's over a million, right? They're doing very well when it comes to the Cybertruck. Then we're also seeing new factories from the Berlin factory to the Texas Gigafactory. That's amazing for Tesla. There are high gas prices, which is incentivizing a lot of people that have money to buy more Teslas. So there are good things coming out. And there's also some certainty for the short term that's coming out from rate hikes. But then we also have bad things, right? Bad things. I think one thing I forgot to mention is fear. There is a lot of fear in the market right now, and we most likely will be entering a recession relatively soon. Now, just because we enter a recession, it doesn't mean the market has to crash extremely hard. That's something that has actually shown in the past, but it does mean we could see a correction, and we're already starting to see it. So the recession is leading to bearish momentum, and there is an uncomfortable truth. And that is the fact that these big institutions, these billionaires, these market makers, they control the market to an extremely large extent, a lot more than that of retail. So if I bought into Tesla, I could invest 10,000 into it, 20,000 at once. I could put in 100,000, right? That's not going to move the price. If thousands of people like me did that, the same amount of money, it's not going to move the price. Even if a million people like me did that, it would move the price a little bit, but not really too much. I'm talking about under 1%. And another thing is to move a price, it often involves a coordinated effort. And what's happening is this chart is a physical manifestation, right? It's a manifestation of a war between those who are going long and short on this company. And the ones that do this, there are often other companies, people like Cathie Wood, and then there are also other companies that go short. They bet against it. They could do all sorts of things. There could be some institutions that are, buying calls, some are buying puts, some are straight up shorting it endlessly. I mean, it's insane what's going on in this market. So when we see rate hikes come, and they're going to come very soon, this will initially be kind of, I would say it would cause a small drop, then we're going to run up slowly, but then ultimately we may start dipping a little bit for the overall market. And that's going to have an effect on Tesla because now Tesla is showing less volume and it is starting to trade a little bit more with the NASDAQ. So what rate hikes are doing is The economy right now has high inflation. We saw 7.9% CPI reports. And right now, the Fed has to slow it down. So when they slow it down, they're going to have an effect on the stock market. That often does cause a bit of a drop. It won't be too bad though. I don't see it being extremely horrible. I don't think Jerome Powell wants to crash the market, but I do see a potential drop coming. And there's shorts. That's the big factor out there, the shorts. So, like I was saying before, these shorts are going to manipulate prices. They do all sorts of insane things. Look at a company like Neo. The majority of the trades for this company happen on off-lit exchanges, not even on the open market. I mean, that's crazy. And this company has crashed very hard compared to its all-time high, even though the company's been getting better fundamentally. Now, looking at Tesla, look at this right here. We're seeing like 43% off-lit exchange volume. It's usually around the 40s. That shows that Tesla is manipulated to some degree. Now look at what Elon Musk tweeted about a few weeks ago. He stated, and he was replying to someone talking about new disclosures and new rules for the SEC to put more pressure on shorts. Elon Musk has openly spoken against shorting. He also stated that it would be a good move, needs to include put options and synthetic shorts. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is anything could happen, right? We don't truly know how low this thing could drop to. We don't know if it's even going to drop too hard, considering we have good things and bad things. So the safest, piece of action, and I'm not giving financial advice, but the safest piece of action would be to buy and hold and wait. Because here's the thing: if this thing drops, right? One important lesson I learned about the market is you should always have cash at hand. You should never just go all in on stocks and then, put all the money you have into stocks and then that's it, just forget about it. No, you should always have cash. Always, because you'd be prepared to buy the dips. Now, if you want to time the market, that's up to you, but that's going to be tricky because we don't know how low this thing will go. We don't even know if this thing is going to keep dropping. It could actually reverse and keep going up because we have so many good things coming out, from the Cybertrucks to these factors to the FSD. I mean, it's insane. But the bad things can bring it down. So let's just go over what you would do if this thing were to drop and how low can this thing even go at the worst, because you have to be prepared. So hypothetically, if this thing did drop really hard, people are estimating that the lowest they could see this thing go is the $500 to $400 range. Right? It's a different range. I'm going to actually draw out some lines for you guys, but I want to actually show you guys something good. Very, very good about that. Don't look at dips as a bad thing. Look at them as a good thing. I think that's kind of messed up, but let's see. We're going to start from 500. And I think some people are saying that 420 is a very psychological level. So we'll say between 500 and 420. Let's just say hypothetically we went that low. What would you do? What is the chart going to do? So this is about 420. There's a theory known as Elliott wave theory, and it suggests that these stocks move in different cycles. So you guys can see there's a cycle where, okay, obviously we ran up, like right here. We ran up, then we dropped, then we run up, then we may drop, but then we'll run up again, right? So let me draw this out for you guys. We have the 1. This was a big run up. I'm going to draw it like this. 1. The 2 is this drop right here. The drop down to like the 30s. The 3 is this run up all the way up to the all-time high of 1,243. The 4 could be like right here, 500, or it may be right here. I don't know where it's going to be. But even if it went down here to like 420, even if that happened, right? What's going to happen after? The 5. And this thing, it's going to run. Now, I think this trend is a little off, but I can see this thing running to really high numbers. 3, oh shoot, what just happened? Yeah, just like that. So you guys see what I did there, right? So even if this thing were dropping, we don't know where the bottom is. That's the risk of, selling out now. And if you do want to try selling and trying to buy in at the bottom, that's up to you. But I don't know how low this thing will go. The bottom may be right here, or it may already be at 700. And the reason why I say that, like I said, not everything for the next year is going to be bad for Tesla. They have great things coming out as they're getting fundamentally better. Some people predict it could be a hedge to the market. So I don't know how low it's going to go. But what I'm doing is I'm holding, I'm waiting, and when the dip comes, especially between the 4 and 500 range, if we do end up going that low, I'm going to buy like crazy. Just buy, buy, buy. Because I know shortly after, when we start another bullish cycle, this thing could run. And it doesn't have to go all the way up to like 3,000. It might stop at like maybe 2,000 by that time. But I'm sure you guys get my point because there's a diminishing return theory. That means that once you get to a really high market cap or level, the next run up may not be as huge as some people would anticipate. But you never know, right? It's Tesla. You never know. And it's like if this thing were to dip that hard in a relatively short period of time, you could make crazy good return. So that's the thing about this. We don't know how low it's going to go. It could stop right here. It could be right here. It could be right here. Anyways, I'm prepared for anything, and I think you guys should be too. So have a plan at hand, and always remember that there is merit behind this theory that this thing could dip during a market recession. But at the same time, we don't really know. But anyways, that's what I have for this video. I hope I provided some value for you guys. And I'm still very bullish for the future. Even if it dips, I'll just be buying and holding because I know it's not just going to recover, it's going to run up. A real example, like I said, was in 2020. It dropped hard and then ran up just like a slingshot. And that's what I see coming for the future of Tesla. So I thank you all for listening. Have a great rest of the day. And remember, be prepared for anything. This thing is still looking very, very good going into the future. That's what I have for this one. Thank you. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Tesla to the moon, and peace out.